Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're reading He Turned Into a Cat by me. So let's get into it. Midoriya, today was a Sunday morning, and you were free. You had no plans for today whatsoever. So, when you woke up, the sun filtering through your windows, and a soft bowl on your stomach, you were more than weirded out. Now that you look at it, it was not a bowl. No, far from it. It was a green puffy cat, and it had some darker green on its cheeks, like freckles, and you were vaguely reminded of Izuku, until you finally mustered enough energy to think clearly. It had to be Izuku. There were no green cats ever. You hadn't heard of a green cat before. If there were green cats, you surely would have heard about them. And for now, you were distracted with a green puffy cat on your stomach. You held it, and it melted into your hands. It seemed like he was still sleeping, his eyes shut tight. You hugged him close to your chest, kissing his hair, and cradling him softly like how you saw people do with cats. And it was adorable. His eyes fluttered at the touch, and he looked up at you, purring as he melted into your touch. And you just couldn't help but let out an "oh" sound, satisfied. You took him to Recovery Girl, asking when he's gonna be reverted back to normal. And, luckily for you, or unfortunately, depending on how you really saw it, it would only be for a day or two. So for now, you cuddled Kitty Izuku at all times, and Mina made it her priority to record as many videos as she could, and it was safe to say she had a folder for it now, and a channel for Kitty Izuku. He was an extremely adorable cat, and very cuddly at that. Katsuki. It was not cute. Not cute at all. At first, at least. He was very angry, and he would keep scratching you. Biting, and scratching literally everything around him. You had never seen a cat so violent, and he didn't think it was him. At first. Until he kept trying to write "explosion" on the air. And you almost died then, because he figured it out, and his attempts failed miserably. But were rather very adorable, and you will admit you tried to stay a little clueless, even after we found out. You acted like it just to see him try more. Eventually, the rest of the day was spent with you, cuddling Katsuki, while he desperately tried to grumble and swear at you, but it only came out as little meows. Todoroki. He was a half and half cat, with the same colors as his hair, and he figured it out quickly. So, you couldn't help but laugh a little. You'd always tease him about being a kitty. So when he was not being a cat, well, it really suits him. And not much has changed except his appearance. He wasn't one to talk much. He just loved cuddles, napping, and eating soba. So the only thing that was missing was soba, unfortunately for him. But you had given him many cuddles in return, and he seemed satisfied, purring against you, and curling up against your chest. Whenever you would start petting him, his eyes would start closing like he would in reality. Sero. He was a white cat with black feet, before you figured it out. But as soon as you did, you had tried the one thing you wanted to try, when a cat Sero. You had grabbed his Spider-Man costume from when he was a baby, and tried to fit it on him, and eventually, it did fit, and you took so many pictures of him in that. It was so adorable. And since you had to go to school, you would have him on your shoulder, or just hold him against your chest. He was very quiet and didn't disturb you in your classes, and you were kind of disappointed that he returned back to normal. It was hard after all, when he was so adorable as a cat. Kaminari. It was so easy to figure out. It looked just like him in a sense, and he would hold your phone and flip through memes, so of course it had to be Kaminari, especially since he was missing, and the cat looked just like him, and it didn't take more than 2 hours before he made a cat account on Twitter and started making posts of himself, and it immediately got popular, and he would keep making weird faces at the mirror and take pictures. He had very messily written on the keyboard that it was for meme purposes, so I had left him to do it, all while watching and giving him occasional cuddles, because he was so dumb and adorable that you couldn't help but be fond of him, although you wished he would be a bit more careful because he felt too much and had you worried sick the entire time. Kirishima. He was such a cute cat. Like the previous ones, it didn't take you too long to figure it out. He had tried at first to carry on and go to class and study with you, but he couldn't do it, especially in his small form, so you had chose to pick him up and carry him around. He had also tried to help you with chores, with the smallest of things, but it took a lot of effort from him, and you appreciated that. And every time he would do something for you, you would give him a kiss on the cheek, ruffling his hair gently, and he wouldn't admit it, that you had melted with a touch, nudging his head farther into your hand, wanting nothing more than to melt into your touch and feel the warmth of your hand all over him. Shigaraki. He was very cuddly, unlike his usual self. He just wanted to be held, and if you were not giving him attention, then he would keep scratching you and biting you. Or he would break things around, and you had wanted none of that, so you kept holding him and giving him cuddles, and whenever he got annoyed, you tried to be more affectionate with him, and it took him very long to fall asleep, but when he did, you didn't have it in you to leave him, so you just held him close, admiring how cute he was, despite the fact that you have known that he could kill millions. But you couldn't see that when you gazed at his cat form and the little purrs he let out in his sleep. He was truly adorable.